chaiva naruttamam divim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye ashtaparisvabhadresu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttamaśloke bhakti bhavati naistiki om namo bhagavate vasudevaya om namo bhagavate vasudevaya om namo bhagavate vasudevaya om jnanatimirandasya jnananjana shalakya chakshurunmilitam jena tasmai shri gurave namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Pakadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yata Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sakajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivan Sadvaitam Savadutam Paritana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagano Radhika Sri Vishakam Vitamnischa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinamandru Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Govingi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vaisavannusute Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarvyascha Kripa Sandhyayevacha Patitanam Bhavyo Vaishnayo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 6 Chapter 1. The history of the life of Ajamila. Text 22. Bandi Akshay Kaitavais Choryai Garihitam Vritim Astita Vibrat Kutumbam Asuchir Jatayam Asa Dehina Bandyak Shairi Kaitavais Choryai Garhitam Vritim Astita Vibrat Kutumbam Asuchir Yatayam Asadehina Bandya Shairi Kaitavas Choryai Garhitam Vritim Ashita Vibrat Kutumbam Asuchir Yatayam Asadehina Bandyakshay Kaitavas Choryai Kaitam Vritim Ashtita Vibrat Kutumbam Asuchi Yatayam Asadehina Matajis. Bandi Akshay, by unnecessarily arresting someone, Kaitavai, by cheating in gambling or throwing dice, Chauryai, by committing theft, Garihitam, condemned, Vritim, professions, Astita, who has undertaken because of association with a prostitute, Bibrat, maintaining, Kutumbam, his dependents, wife and children, Asuchi, be most sinful, Yatayam, Asa, he gave trouble, Dehina, to other living entities. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, let's see, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Kija. This fallen Brahmana, Ajamila, gave trouble to others by arresting them, by cheating them in gambling, or by directly plundering them. This was the way he earned his livelihood and maintained his wife and children. Let's repeat. This fallen Brahmana, Ajamila, gave trouble to others by arresting them, by cheating them in gambling, or by deliberately plundering them. This was the way he earned his livelihood and maintained his wife and children. Report. This verse indicates how degraded one becomes simply by indulging in illicit sex with a prostitute. Illicit sex is not possible with a chaste or aristocratic woman, but only with unchaste Sudras. The more society allows prostitution and illicit sex, the more impetus it gives to cheaters, thieves, plunderers, drunkards, and gamblers. Therefore, we first advise all the disciples in our Christian consciousness movement to avoid illicit sex, which is the beginning of all abominable life, and which is followed by meat-eating, gambling, intoxication, one after another. Of course, restraint is very difficult, but it is quite possible if one fully surrenders to Krishna. Since all these abominable habits gradually become distasteful for a Krishna conscious person. If illicit sex is allowed to increase in a society, however, the entire society will be condemned, for it will be full of rogues, thieves, cheaters, and so forth. Translation. These fallen Brahmana or Jamila gave trouble to others by arresting them, by cheating them in gambling, or by directly plundering them. This was the way he earned his livelihood and maintained his wife and children. Ajamila was a very good Brahmana. He was very, very good. In fact, he was so good in his practice that it is difficult to find fault in his practice. He was very dedicated and loyal to the order of his father. His problem became worse and worse only when he came in contact with a prostitute. First of all, it wasn't his it was not that Jamila simply had or saw a prostitute that was his problem. That was gross problem that he had. Before the gross problem, there was something which is very serious that really motivated everything that is happening to Ajamila after his wonderful Brahmanical life. What was the problem? It is not just seeing or hearing. His heart was pierced with very powerful, invincible arrows, and they got stuck in his heart. This science is not very common for people to understand because it is not gross. In Mahabharata, Dhira, he told Yudhishthira Maharaj, there are weapons which are very powerful. Physically, you can see them. They are powerful, but there are weapons which are more powerful than the physical weapons which you see. That is subtle. And there are 6 in number. Those weapons were shot on Ajamila. And because he was an inexperienced brahmachari, he does not know how to deal with it. And they got stuck in his heart. Therefore, he abandoned his chaste, beautiful wife to go for a prostitute. As a result of this bad association, Ajamila is having bad association, and the result of bad association is that he has abandoned all his wonderful qualities which he had in practicing Brahmanical culture. So now, his situation is reversed. What is that? Bandi Akshay. So Prabhupada translated it as being unnecessarily arresting someone. It means that Ajamila, he imprisoned so many people for him to get money to maintain his wife and children. He put so many people into difficulties, into serious problem. By gambling, he robbed them of all their riches. Therefore, they are completely helpless. They cannot maintain their family because of his experience in gambling. It means that Ajamila, what he was practicing, he has the result of his practice, he has some power. And that power, he is now using it in material sense gratification instead of spiritual activities. So he arrested so many people by cheating, koitawa. For him to maintain, for him to maintain his prostitute wife and his children, he has to adopt this cheating process. And Krishna mentioned that in Bhagavad Gita, that the demons, they always engage in illegal business, black market. Black market. Demons are always engaged in black market. They are not attracted to white market. Right? If there is black, there is white. White market means good. Black market means bad. But Krishna is black, so it's bad. Krishna is bad. Yes. Srimati Rani told Krishna, you are a very good boy. You are so sweet, so nice. So you are the best. But because you have a black body, your problem is that you are black. That is your problem. Actually, blacks are not good. Yes, Srimati Rani. She said, black is not good. Krishna, you are so good, so nice, but because you have a black body, your activities are abominable. You act like someone who has no heart. Ajamila, he's doing also black business here. He is not white, he's not black, but his activities are black. Gambling, cheating. As Prabhupada said, it is as a result of association with prostitute. Cheating is maintained through prostitution. Because one has to get some money to maintain. And what is so dangerous in association with the prostitute is that, Prabhupada said the purport here, illicit sex is not possible with a chaste or aristocratic woman, but only with unchaste Sudras. Unchaste Sudras. It means that they are never satisfied with anything. They are always a pin that keeps on pricking the body or whomever has the association, because they are not satisfied with anything. Everything which is offered is not enough. They want more. Therefore, people who associate with them are so condemned that they constantly do sinful activities to maintain the relationship. Chaste ladies are simply satisfied with whatever is offered. Why? Because they are cultured. They know the value of life. They are pure. Therefore, they are satisfied. They don't want more than what the body needs, or proper use the word, a bare necessity. But on chaste ladies, they want everything in the world, and yet they will not be satisfied. So Jamila is in trouble, trying to maintain his prostitute wife through sinful life. So Prabhupada said, therefore we first advise all the disciples in our Christian conscious movement to avoid illicit sex. Prabhupada did not say we advise all devotees to avoid sex. It is not mentioned here. It is mentioned here, illicit sex, because sex itself is not bad. It is not bad. Every one of us sitting here, how do we come to this world? Through the process of sex. We all come here. Even though you are a Swami today, how did you come? From a woman. So, sex is not condemned, it is devotional service. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, I am that sex which is pure, based on religious principle. There is no illicit inside it. Illicit means opposite. It is for sense gratification. It is not for procreation. It is not for begetting children. It is for gratification of the senses. It is demonic activity. It is ghostly activity. And it is the dangerous process by which all the unwanted elements, unwanted entities are coming to live with the human beings on the same planet in Kali Yuga. Through illicit sex. Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakasipu, how did they come here? It is illicit sex, through illicit sex. They didn't come here through divine sex. The sex which is authorized in the scripture. They came here through illicit sex. In Kashapamuni, he told the wife, you have forced me, illicit sex. It is not properly done. It is done at a wrong time with a wrong consciousness. My consciousness at this time is not fixed for it. You are simply impelled by desire, which is not authorized. Because of these sinful activities, my semen in their womb has produced two powerful demons. They will terrorize the whole world. Illicit sex. Illicit sex, it produces disturbance in the society. So through illicit sex they came. And just by their appearance alone, the whole world was in trouble. Just for their appearance alone. That Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakasipu was appearing. Confusion and problem everywhere. That is already described in Bhagavad. As a result of illicit sex. The result is demonic. And nobody will be satisfied with that. So, saintly people or devotees, Prabhupada said here, we should not engage in illicit sex. And that we have taken vow at the time of initiation. There is no illicit sex. Of course, we say like that only to get our name changed. After some time, we will forget. After initiation, the disciple writing to his guru, Gurudev, what is illicit sex? It's after initiation. He's not asking before the initiation, he's asking after initiation. So you don't know what is illicit sex before you took initiation? And he went to promise, I will not engage in illicit sex. Why don't you ask before? Cheating. This is cheating. Or another devotee writing and asking the Gurudev, Gurudev, can I keep 3 principles? He didn't promise 3, you promised 4. Gurudev, you know I'm a student, so can I keep 3 principles? So she want to keep, and all those who are asking are women. All those who are asking this question are women. I can afford to keep away from flesh, intoxication, and gambling. As a student, can I keep all the 3? I can sustain my life, because there are so many students in my country, the ladies, they pay their school fees. How do they pay the school fees? Through prostitution, having so many boyfriends. That is how they make money to train themselves in school. So, Gurudev, can I keep 3 principles so I can be able to finish my school fees and become a graduate? And Prabhupada said here, this is the character of unchaste Shudra, not a chaste lady. A chaste lady will keep the 4 principles. No illicit sex. So Prabhupada did not say here no sex, he said illicit sex. It means that sex is authorized. Bhagavad Gita 18:5, Krishna recommends charity, austerity, and sacrifice should never be given up. And he said, even these 3 things purify the sages. Therefore, they should never be given up. In a purpose, the Prabhupada said, sacrifice, charity, austerity, they should be performed. And a sannyasi who is not interested in marriage should not discourage marriage. And not just that he should not discourage, he should do wedding for his disciples. Then he mentioned, for those who are on a lower state of life, they should get married. And that should not be discouraged. Because by this marriage, one can gradually get the senses purified. One can also maintain stability. There's a sense of security for women to have a husband. There's security. Therefore, they should be protected. And to do that, marriage is allowed. Illicit sex is not allowed. So in the Hare Krishna movement, illicit sex is forbidden. It is not forbidden because our children are not in favor of our enjoyment. It is because it is not good for human beings. Human beings don't do this because it's not activity for human beings. It's activities for demons. Because by this process, all inauspicious things will take place. Of course, restraint is very difficult. Yeah, it's difficult because we have been in the material world since time immemorial, committing all kinds of sinful activities, varieties of sinful activities we're doing. So, coming to Krishna consciousness becomes so difficult because of our sinful background. So to control the senses becomes difficult. Although it is difficult, Prabhupada said, but it is quite possible if one fully surrenders to Krishna, since all these abominable habits gradually become distasteful for a Krishna conscious person. To surrender to Krishna. Krishna is speaking. Daivi. What is that? Daivi. Divine. Krishna said this illusory energy is what? Divine. It is illusory, but it is divine. Because it is divine, no conditioned soul can overcome it on our strength. Therefore, Krishna said, Mam eba ye prapajante Miami tam tarantite. By surrendering to me, it becomes possible. To cross over material existence is possible only by the process of surrendering to Krishna. Surrender to Krishna makes it very easy. An example is given. If you are going to a house, if you are going to visit someone, and security dogs are there, security guard are there, how are you going to enter? You can enter only if you call the master. My dear sir, I am here at the gate. And he comes. The security dogs who are ready to bite, to shout, they will be dancing because the master is there. So material energy will give freedom to devotees who are fully surrendered to Krishna. That we have seen. Nobody would like Yamaraj to visit us on our birthday. Nobody would invite Yamaraj to come on our birthday. We will invite everybody, all the demigods, but we will not invite Yamaraj to come on our birthday. Well, Yamaraj came to visit Dhruva Maharaj. For what? To become a ladder for him to climb into Vaikuntha, a plane. Why? It is because of his full surrender to Krishna, because of the quality of his devotion. Yamaraj is not a threat. Durga is not a threat. Maya is not a threat for a devotee. But Maya is a threat for a non-devotee. Just like when a miscreant in the society sees a policeman, is afraid. But a good citizen is happy to see a policeman. Similarly, devotees who are good citizens of Krishna, they are happy with Durga. They are happy with Yamaraj. They are happy with Maya. They are happy because they know that they are all devotees of Krishna, and because of their surrender to Lord Krishna, they have nothing to fear, to worry about. Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur kept Maya for 3 days, hearing the holy name. He was not afraid. Haridas did not curse Maya. Hey, I'm a sannyasi, and you, woman, you want to come and I curse you like Mr. Mitramuni. He can do like that. Because he is functioning on his own strength. He is practicing his austerity on his strength. Devotees, they practice their Krishna consciousness on the strength of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, they are saved. Mr. Mitramuni, he can curse somebody. After 60,000 years of practicing austerity, he fell down. It was not when he was 5 years or 10 years or 100. 60,000 years of practicing austerity before he fell down. Haridas Thakur did not fall down. Maya did not send her agent. Maya came personally to meet Haridas. And Haridas kept her for 3 days hearing the holy name. Haridas chanted the pure name, and she had it with her ears. And at the end, she confessed. She unpacked Vancha Kalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sanibiavecha Padidanam Pavanabu, voice of you, Namo Namaha. Haridas Thakur, you cheated me. I want to appear in the assembly of sages. Before I open my eyes to all of them, I offer obeisances to me. But I have been with you for 3 days. I cannot do anything. Why? Because Krishna is in your heart. Krishna is not the heart of the sages. Is Krishna not in the heart of the sages? Maya said, Krishna is in your heart. Therefore, I cannot do you anything. Krishna is also there in the heart. Haridas has realized Krishna in his heart. By his devotional service, he has realized Krishna. So he practiced Krishna consciousness under the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Maya cannot do him anything. That's the difference. Kashyapa is a Muni. He is the father of the incarnation of Godhead. He is the father of the incarnation of Godhead. He couldn't stop his wife from harassing him for sex. Haridas was not a Brahmana. He was not a Muni. He was, materially speaking, nobody. But spiritually speaking, he was the topmost acharya for the holy name. Therefore, he has a power to keep Maya for 3 days without getting angry at her. That is the beauty of devotional service. The power of Krishna consciousness. It's powerful. So those who are under the shelter, those who are fully surrendered their life, they cannot be afraid of Maya because Maya cannot do them anything. The security of a devotee in Krishna consciousness is that he or she is fully surrendered to Krishna, and under that shelter, Maya does not exist. That is the difference. So Lord Krishna did not make mistake by telling us to surrender to him fully and nobody else. Because if we surrender fully to Krishna, we will have the strength to overcome all difficulties by his grace. Hare Krishna. Comments or questions? Yes, sir.
You said that Rajan was a very good Brahman, he was very good in practice, and how he got attracted towards the simple activities.
Jamila was practicing very nicely, and he was so fixed in his practice. How can such a fixed person be in trouble? If he's so fixed, he's so pure in his practice, how did he get trouble? He shouldn't be having problem. He was so nice in his practice, but his problem was that he's just a Vedic Brahmana, not a devotee. To follow Brahmanical culture alone is not sufficient. It's not enough. One has to become a devotee. To be a Brahmana is not sufficient. It does not mean that one is a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is automatically a devotee, is a Brahmana. So that was his problem, that he was simply following Brahmanical culture based on the scripture. So he doesn't have the potency to remove those arrows, those invisible arrows from his heart. So the arrows remained on his heart and they acted on him, and he became very weak. He couldn't move forward in his practice. So he had problem. So devotees will learn the science by surrendering to Lord Krishna, and then Maya will not have effect. Instead, Maya will be supporting our Krishna consciousness. That is her duty. She supports devotees in the Krishna consciousness by constantly presenting taste to see where our interest is. Maya constantly tests devotees, especially for those who are really serious in Krishna consciousness. Temptation is all the time, not sometimes. Those are very serious. We have temptation every time. That is the proof to see that one is serious in Krishna consciousness. There will be temptation every time, every direction. It means that your practice is wonderful, that it has attracted the attention of Maya. Which is very good. For a devotee who is not having temptations means no advancement. You are not making progress. Your devotion has not attracted the attention of Maya yet. That our devotion is so strong, it means that every second is temptation. That is not a hatred of Maya. It is her service to push us. Go forward, go forward, go forward. But because we are neophyte, we are thinking, oh, why is so much trouble for me? That is good. Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna, Madam.
Hare Krishna.
I'm a little bit meticulous, especially the purpose. The Prabhupada is mentioned aristocratic. We notice in the modern time, this so-called aristocratic, yet one sponsoring easy sense by traffic, so I don't know how to balance it.
So Prabhupada is not talking about the aristocratic family of this life, or this time. He's talking about civilized people, cultured people who knows the value of life. That they are in position, but their position allows them to have a association of sages who constantly come to speak the Bhagavatam in their house. So in this way, their daughters will hear the sages and follow it properly. Today, our so-called aristocratic family, they are gross karamis who have no time for sadhus. Their gates are the highest, the tallest. So meaning, don't come to my house. For those days, it was simple. One can walk to them easily. Especially the sadhus, the brahmana, they can easily walk to their house and preach Krishna consciousness. Today, it's very difficult to get there, to the house. So probably not talking about today. He's talking about those days where things were good. Where people were sane in their consciousness. They train their children how to behave properly. So right from the beginning, they knows how to behave. Not today. So that word is not referring to today. It's referring to the past wonderful age.
Thank you, Maharaj, for a wonderful class. My question was, Maharaj, that we see devotees who are surrendered to Krishna also, and as you explained, they get temptations. So if a devotee faces temptations and he's practicing devotional service, so what steps should he take to move forward and save himself from those temptations?
Is there any school in this world? Is there any school in this world, this material world? Is there any school that you will attend? No examination? Huh? After so many years, they will just give you a certificate without examination? Is there any school like that? So why do we think that there shouldn't be any examination in Krishna consciousness? Every day there should be examination. For those who are serious in Krishna consciousness, the examination is every moment. A devotee who has no difficulty in his or her life is in Maya. That doesn't mean you should go and break principle to say, oh, I have a problem. No. One should strictly follow our principle. A devotee is strictly following the principle, strictly. is chanting sincerely and trying sincerely to avoid offenses. Having a fixed service that is doing very nicely. If such a devotee has problem, please try to understand that Krishna is arranging that, our progress, not Maya. So there is a need for that. So we shouldn't be afraid, oh, if I have temptation. Oh, how is that devotional service? That is devotional service. Here we don't have one day, okay, all Hare Krishna devotees in this temple, tomorrow there is a test. It's not like that. Every day, Krishna is already doing it. He should be ready all the time. You should try to understand what is taking place. Otherwise, you will become a casualty. You're thinking that, oh, I'm just going to Hare Krishna temple to enjoy. You are going to Hare Krishna temple to fight. You're going to fight, not to enjoy. You're going to fight Maya. You have declared war against Maya. Maya, I'm not interested in serving you again. Now I want Krishna. Oh, you? You want to give me? You can do it? What of this one? I see this one. Yes. Oh, okay, maybe I made mistake. Okay. No, Maya will not do that. Maya will do her duty. You want to come to my master, I will screen you. I will screen you to see that you are really ready and refined. Then you can come to my master. Nobody comes to my master like that. Shitya Mahaprabhu had that. So Damodar Goswami will screen everything before you get to him. Everything. That is Christian consciousness. Pure devotional service means screening. One has to be screened. Our senses to be properly refined, fine-tuned. Not tuning. We have to fine-tune our consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. Want to go to Godhead? We should check and see, are we thinking like the associate of Goloka? Are we talking like the associate of Goloka? Are we moving, walking like them? Are we thinking? Are we associating like that? We should try to see that everything is adjusted. It is fine-tuning. Krishna consciousness means to fine-tune our consciousness to fit in with Krishna consciousness. When that is done, and that is done by the help of